some tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 tens right here. Okay, which is 90. All right. And I'm going to cover them up. Okay, so I have 9 tens, which is 90 there. All right. So let's hold that in our head. And today we're mainly going to work with subtraction. You all got pretty good on me with addition, so we're going to do some subtraction, and then we'll mix some addition into it. So we've got what my start number is. I told you to keep it in your head. All right, and I'm going to take 10 out of there. Okay, I'm going to put them way over here. Okay, where you can still see it. It's right on the edge of the screen. This was under here. Now I took it out. So in your mind, I want you to think about what we started with. And then I took this much out. I'm going to let you think about that for a second. All right, so who thinks they could tell me and explain to everybody what just happened? Who can explain or talk through their thinking? All right, Callie. Unmute.
You had 90 and you took away a 10, so it equals 80.
All right, so she said, hey, and I'm going to write down what she said, and you tell me if I'm doing it right. You said we had 90, and I took away 10, and you told me that equaled 80. All right, so this is just the number way, okay? What about where we put so many tens? There we go.
Minus 1 10 equals 8 tens. Stop.
All right. And this way are exactly the same thing. It's just I describe it different and write it down different. This way is just the number way. This is what I call the tens way, because it's tens, tens, tens. This is just a number, a number, a number, okay? Or I could say this is the value way, okay? But I like to call this the number way, and this is the tens way, all right? So if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, all right, I want you to write these two down. I'm going to give you a few seconds to write that down. And why I want you to write them down is because this was our thinking, and later on, when we get a little bit harder, I want you all to be able to write down your thinking, and that way when you get stuck, maybe, you could either show me or you could talk your way through it, okay? Another reason why I want you to be able to write this down, your thinking down, is because at some point I'm going to give you a test on this stuff. And you've got to be able to write it down because I can't see inside of your head. Okay? The only way I can see your thinking is for you to write it down, unless you tell it to me. All right, so I'm going to erase this. All right, and we have a new number under here. Okay, I'm not going to say what it is. You should know what it is, and you should know what it looks like if you're paying attention. Okay, if you're kind of confused, all you got to look at is what you just wrote down, and the answer is what's under here. Okay. Now, I told you yesterday that I was going to make bigger jumps today. So instead of just going by 10, I'm going to pull out 2 10s. And I'm going to slide them over here, put them on the edge of the screen where we can still see them. Okay? So think about where we were, and I took 2 10s out. All right. Austin, unmute and talk to me, buddy.
It's 60.
Okay, he thinks the answer is 60. Okay. So let me hear your thinking.
If you take away 2 from 8, then it's 6.
All right, he says that if I take 2 from 8, something like that, he says it's 6. Okay? So you're saying you use this basic math fact, right? Okay, but was it 8 and 2? It really was what?
It's 80 and 20.
It's 80 and 20 equals this 60, okay? Or we can say 8 10s minus 2 10s equals 6 10s. But either way, we're really using this fact here. Okay, so again, that's why we're working on our facts every day in second grade. It's so important for us to know our facts. All right, awesome, great job. I love that thinking. Okay, so this is what I want you to write down. I want you to write that down real quick. Okay, so we have a new total under this little blanket I have here. Okay, I'm going to get these out of the way because they're gone now. And I'm going to make a bigger jump this time. Okay, I've taken 3 10s out. I'm going to put them over here so we can still see of what I took out. So I want you to think about it. I'd like to hear from somebody different this time. I'm giving you a little bit of wait time. Scarlett, you had your hand up. You want to share?
I put my hand down.
I know you put it down, but you had it up for a second. Can you share for me what you were thinking about?
I forgot the answer.
Well, that's all right. We can talk through it. Unmute and let's just talk through it. Okay? It'll be good for us to do that. Everybody listen to our thinking together. Okay? Where did we start on this problem?
90.
All right, we did start at 90, but when we all were down to when these were under there, what was my start number this time?
Your start number was
That's okay. We forgot. That's all right. I didn't tell you to. I didn't remind you to hold this in your head. Okay, but you gotta hold stuff in your head. Okay, it's okay that we forgot though. All right, Austin. Boy, he thinks he knows. Austin, unmute and tell me.
you have 30 left.
Okay, you have 30 left, but where's What was my start number?
You had 60.
I had 60. All right. And how do I write 60 the tens way?
Take away 2 equals 3.
All right. And then I just put the word tens here, right? And 6 tens is 60. 3 tens is 30. 3 tens is 30. And I just put this subtraction here, put this addition there, and I've got it. Okay? Now I'm going to rewrite this because I kind of run out of room at the top there. Okay, so Austin said I had 60 to start, and he used the fact 6 minus 3 equals 3. Okay? Now, that's an easy fact. Okay? That's the opposite of our double 3. 3 plus 3 equals 6. If I'm going this way, if I'm going that way, it's 6 take away 3 equals the other 3. Okay? And then we decided we could say this is 6 tens. This is 3 tens. If I have 6 tens and I take 3 tens away, I have 3 tens left. So I've got this is 60, and I take away this 3 tens, which is 30, and that equals this 3 tens, which is 30. All right. And I put these 3 tens back under there a second ago, so I've got to take them back out. This is the 3 tens I took out, and they're gone. All right. I'm going to erase that. And who can tell me what's under this blanket here? What's under the blanket right now? Just Austin? I know Austin can because he told me the answer just a second ago. Lorna, how many's under my blanket right here? Lorna, unmute and talk to me. How much is right here?
No.
All right. So Austin just went and we said that it was 60 minus 30 and it equaled 30. And the way he got that was 6 tens. And he took 3 tens away. And it just so happens that we have 3 tens left. Okay?
30.
30, exactly. Okay? That's the number you got to keep in your head. That's where we're at with this. And let's check to make sure. Boom. There they are. Yep, there's 30 there. Okay? All right. But I've got kind of tired of subtracting, and I know you have. So I'm going to add. But I'm going to add a big amount. The biggest amount so far. Okay? So remember what I have right here. Think about it in your mind. I just showed you what it was. Think about it, what it looks like, how many tens there are. And I'm going to add this group right here. Oh my goodness, that's a bunch of them. Okay? I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. And I'm going to slide them under there. So I'm going to tell you how I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about, all right, before I slid them under there was a certain amount of tens. And I know that because I kept it in my mind. And then I saw 5 more 10s right here before they got slid under there. So I'm thinking, all right, what basic math fact could I use here? Something that I know the answer to. Not something that I have to count to find the answer. Something that I already know. Okay? That's what I'm asking now. I want to know what basic math fact is going to help us get the answer here. So I don't want the answer to the problem right now. I want to know what's the basic math fact that I'm going to use to get my answer. So I got 2 people waving their hands at me. They know. And I believe they probably do know. Hey, I'm trying to give you all wait time to see if anybody else can tell me. Who else could tell me? And Maddox, I can't see you. If you know, you need to push the raise your hand button. Okay? All right. Callie's about to die here. Let's let her talk.
You can use 5 plus 3.
All right. She said we're going to use 5 plus 3. Okay. I'm going to say that I was thinking about 3 plus 5. Are we both right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. However, one of these lines up our start number first. Okay,
It's 3 plus 5.
okay, 3 plus 5. I can do it the other way, Callie, and you're right. Okay, but if I'm going to start with my start number that was under here first, then I need to start with 3 plus 5. All right. So Callie's told us the fact that we're going to use. Who can explain how to use that fact to find the answer? Who can explain why I'm going to use 3 plus 5 to get this answer for my total under here? Hayden, what do you think?
You know, I mean,
Um,
we have to do what they say all the time.
What do you think, Hayden? Why did Callie say 3 plus 5?
because you added 5 and we already had 3 10s.
There you go. So you're telling me I just need to add the word 10s here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm going to put 10s. 10s. What is 3 plus 5? Hayden?
8.
It's 8. And since these are 10s, this is going to be 10s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Great job. Okay. Scarlett.
Yes.
All right. What is 3 10s?
3 10s is 30.
All right. What's 5 10s?
50.
What's 8 10s?
80.
80. And I just put the plus between and then the equals. And there's our number sentence for what we just did. Okay. And we used 3 plus 5. But Callie was thinking 5 plus 3 first. Okay. 5 plus 3 and 3 plus 5. Okay. And I used to always go in Miss Tammy's room and the first grade rooms a lot a few years ago. And they always called those flip-flop facts. Okay. And if you say that real fast, you kind of get tongue-tied. But it's flip-flop facts. Okay? If I flip these around, I get the other fact. Okay? So these are exactly the same. So if I'm thinking like Kelly was thinking, she would be thinking 5 tens plus 3 tens equals 8 tens. So that's 50 plus 30 equals 80. So this and this, I'm just flipping it around, right? And they equal exactly the same thing. Same thinking, just written the opposite way. All right? You're all doing great. So, now I kind of went away from you all writing stuff down, okay? We're going to go back and forth on that because eventually we're going to do it all writing it down, but I just want you to get used to writing some of it down, okay? So at the end of this right here, what we was just doing here, I had a total of 80, and that's what's supposed to be under here, okay? So, I like making those big jumps, so I'm going to make another big jump. I'm going to make a jump of 4 tens or 40, okay? So we had under here, I'm not going to say it again. We've already talked about it. I want you to hold it in your head. You got to make sure you can hold stuff in your head. Here's this total. And I'm adding this much to it. So I'm giving you a little bit of wait time to think about it. What basic math fact is going to help us this time? What basic math fact is going to help us? And maybe you don't know the answer to it, but you know the first part of it. Okay? Like a minute ago, Callie said 5 plus 3. I didn't ask her what the answer was. She just said 5 plus 3. Okay? And that she was on the right track there. Okay? Maybe you don't know what the answer is, but you can tell me the basic math fact. Hayden, you got your hand up.
8 and 4.
8 and 4. And look, he said and. Okay, I love that. Okay, 8 and 4. You know, when I hear a kid say 8 and 4, what it really means is 8 plus 4. Okay? You can say it like that, Hayden, and that's okay. 8 and 4. Now, Hayden, do you know what 8 and 4 makes?
Yeah.
What?
12.
12. So he's telling me that 8 plus 4 equals 12. All right. So let's test it out and see. The 8. Well, there's 4, so I know where the 4 come from. The 8 must be under here. And under here are tens. These are tens. So that means altogether they must be a bunch of tens. So what Hayden is trying to tell me, I think, is that if I put these under there, there's going to be 12 tens under there. Okay? If you think Hayden is correct, touch your nose. All right. So, 8 tens is 80. 4 tens is 40. And if I add them together, I get, 12 tens. Oh man, that gets hard. But remember my trick. Okay? I put 12 and this word 10 turns into a 0. And it makes it easy then. So 80 plus 40 equals 120. All right. That's a great big number, isn't it? So I'm going to stop here for a second. I want you all to think about 120. What should it look like under here? What should this number right here look like under here? Think about it. What should it look like under there? Think about everything we've talked about the last 3 or 4 days. All right, I got some hands up. Here's my real question. My real question is, does it look like it should look like under here? If you say, yep, it looks exactly like it should look under here, you put your thumb up. If you say, nope, you need to do something, put your thumb down. Oh, I got some thumb downs. Oh, everybody's thumbs down. All right. And just, now, I don't know if you've got me pinned. I'm not sure if you can see everybody else or not on your screen, but if you can, don't change your answer just because somebody else did. Okay, I want you to change your answer because you changed your answer. Okay, your way of thinking. So I've got thumb down from just about everybody. Gracie, tell me where you got your thumb down.
I forgot.
You forgot. Okay. Think about it. Okay. I asked, what should this look like under here? It's 120 under here. I asked you to think about what it should look like under here. And then I said, is what it should look like, is that exactly what it does look like? And you put thumbs down. So why is it thumbs down?
Because it's not going to look like it.
Why? What's wrong with it? Tell me what it should look like. What should 120 look like with these things under here?
A bunch of tens.
A bunch of tens, okay? Just a whole bunch of them?
No, 120 of them.
120 of these or 120 of these? 120 of these. It shouldn't be 120 of these. These are tens, okay? So let's see here. Can somebody else explain to me what's wrong here? Because almost everybody had their thumb down. Okay, Austin, talk to me, buddy.
You need a 100 bundle.
Oh my goodness, I need a 100 bundle. Oh, I forgot about that. Austin, why do I need a 100 bundle? Austin, unmute and tell me why I need a 100 bundle.
So you don't lose track how many there is.
Oh, yes. All right, so I'm going to uncover this for a minute. Okay, and look, there's a big pile here. And I got 120 sticks there. Okay, if I wanted to just pick up 100 at one time, it's going to be a little bit harder for me to do. But if I took 10 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I took 10 of them and I put a rubber band around them and I made that super bundle. Now, would it be easy for me to pick up 100? Yeah, I could just go boom. I got it. Okay? Now, I'm going to put this back, though, for a second. Okay? I got to counting those tens, and in my mind, I'm like, why are you doing all that counting? Okay? There's an easier way for me to get 10. When I know there's 12 here, what's the easiest way for me to get 10? Pick up 10 real quick. Oh, Hayden's hand instantly went up. Hayden, can you tell me?
You take away 2.
Oh.
And you only know you.
Exactly. If I leave 2 over here and I pick these up, I know there should be 10 here, right? Exactly. So In my mind, I knew that, but if I don't force my mind to use what I already know, my mind wants to do the easy. Your mind always wants to do the easy. And guess what the easy is? It's counting. Counting is easy for our brains. You have to force your brain to do something harder. Okay? Now, it really wasn't harder, but I had to force my brain to do it. Okay? So, my brain doesn't want to use what it already knows. It always wants to do the easy. You got to force yourself to do something a little bit harder. So I have 100. This is 20, so I say 120. All right. Now I'm going to put them back to bed for a minute. They're getting tired. All right? Yeah, Kaylee's yawning. We're getting tired, aren't we? All right? So we've talked a lot about what's under here. So you should have that in your head right now. Okay? You also should have in your head what it looks like, because I just changed it. And you saw me do it before I put them to bed. Now we're going to add 3 more 10s. All right? And this is going to be the biggest number we've done with these so far. So think about what we had here. And I'm going up 3 more 10s. All right? I'm going to move these up here so I can write here in just a minute. So I want you to think about it. I'm not going to say if I call on you. This is what I want you to think. When Mr. B calls on me, what am I going to tell him? Okay? What are you going to tell me when I call on you? And I'm not exactly looking for the answer right now. You could start here and walk me through it all the way to the answer. Okay? Or you can start with the answer and then we can walk through it. It doesn't matter to me. You tell me what you want to do when I call on you. All right, Kaylee, unmute and talk to me for a minute. All right, so do you know the answer or do you want to talk through it? You tell me.
I know the answer.
Oh, she knows the answer. Okay, so she thinks she knows the answer. Lay it on me, buddy.
I think it's 130.
You think it's 130. All right. So she thinks it's a 130. All right, so now let's walk through it and let's see if you're right. So what did I start with here? What's under here? Do you remember?
I forgot.
You forgot. Okay. We got to start holding numbers in our head. Okay. Who can remind me and Kaylee how many's under here right now? Because I haven't touched them yet. All right. Let's see here. Scarlett, how many's under here?
100.
I don't think so. Hayden's shaking his head no. Hayden, how many's under here?
A super bundle and 2 tens.
Which is how much?
12 tens.
Which is how much total?
120.
120. All right. So I like the way he was answering to me though. Okay. He said that there was 12 tens. He also told me there was a super bundle and 2 tens. Okay. But he also said there was 12 tens. And this is 3 more tens. So I'm going to add 3 more tens. Now, When I look at this, it looks like I'm using 12 plus 3. And I am. Now, you might know what 12 plus 3 is, and you might not. We could do this, and we did this a long time ago. We could break this 12 into a 10 and a 2, and we could say that this 3 and 2, that's 5, and 10 and 5 makes 15. Okay? That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to just know that 12 and 3 is 15. So it's 15, and these are 10, so this must be 10s. All right? So we talked several times, and Hayden reminded us that 12 tens was 120, and 3 tens is 30, and 15 tens. Oh man, that's a big number again. But remember the trick. I can just put 15, and this word tens is going to turn into a 0. And my goodness, we did 120 plus 30 equals 150.